Now we will jump to the Agora. The Agora is a crossroad where you find two options: the House of Beta and the House of Koi. The House of Beta includes the Arena, Combat, and Logic. When you click on the House of Beta, you will be directed to its welcome page. Here you get a guideline that you can read to understand what this is all about and how you can use this platform to connect with other people. It is not just about connecting. You have ultimate freedom of speech here. You can say anything, and you will see how this is a very different format from any other social media platform. Here are other recommended users you can support or connect with. You can visit their profiles to see who they are, what they are about, and how many supporters they have. Alternatively, here is the Declare New Conflict button. If you click on this, you will see a form you have to fill out to create your own debate room. The House of Beta is all about debating. You can start a debate and create a chat room on a specific topic by filling up this form. Below this form, you will see all the active conflicts. These are active debate rooms that are already going on where people are discussing specific topics, like is free will true? You can get in and see that there is a challenger, who is the host of this chat room, and an AI that moderates the session based on the topic selected by the host. On the right panel, you can see options to join as a challenger, join as a defender, or be a spectator. If I am not logged in, it will not allow me to join as a defender or challenger. I have to log in for that. You can also support the challengers or defenders. There is a public comment box where you can write and send messages for everyone to see. But again, you cannot send anything unless you are logged in. Here is the AI chat. You can always chat with it. To chat with the AI, you do not have to be logged in. You can ask anything, and it is going to answer your questions. Now, let's get back to the page where we were. Down here are all the debates that have been ended by their hosts, based on which month and year they were created and ended. They are archived here. You can always access old debates in the archives. So, let's create one debate. As you can see, if you look at the guidelines, you will find that there are 4 modes. We will discuss and create each mode, and we will see how to create a chat room, start a debate, or join an existing debate. Before I do that, I won't be able to create a link for the chat room unless I am logged in. If I click on Login, there will be a pop-up from the Google platform asking me to log in. I log in, and now I am successfully logged in. If you click on the login circle over here, you will see your profile and notifications. I can always go to my profile to modify my details. I can modify and save the changes. There are also some built-in avatars that we have provided. You can always choose from these avatars. Now, let's check the notifications. If there is any activity on your created debates, you will receive notifications over here. How many arenas or debate chat rooms you have created will be listed here. Similarly, how many flows or discussion platforms you have created will be listed below that. Now, let's go back to the House of Beta and create a demonstration. We will create our first debate chat room. Let's set up our first debate. Let's type in the topic. I have selected this topic. I am going to set the control system to AI control. There are 2 types of control systems: AI control and host control, which is the human control. If you choose host control, the person creating the debate room becomes the controller. This gives you the power to control the ultimate fate of the debate. The human host has the ultimate power to pause, resume, or end the debate. However, If you select AI control, the AI will have the ultimate power to end the debate whenever it determines it should. We will keep the current selection as AI control. Next, there are two combat formats, solo and group. For our first debate demonstration, we will select solo. After selecting solo, I need to choose a role, challenger or defender. You can choose either role depending on your stance regarding the topic you are debating. For instance, if the topic asks, should artificial intelligence replace human teachers? And you agree that it should, you select challenger. If you disagree, you select defender to oppose the topic. Another option is whether to create the debate room as public or private. If you choose public, your debate will be displayed on the active conflicts board. If you choose private, you will receive a link to share directly with your family, friends, or network. A private debate will not be publicly displayed on the active board. Of course, AI moderation is integrated into both modes. We have designed the AI to be highly knowledgeable and completely neutral, allowing it to moderate discussions without bias. So, let's select public for this demonstration. Next, I will put in my stance. I believe AI should not replace human teachers. That is the stance we are going with. Now, let's generate the conflict link. We have got a link now. We can copy the link and share it with our friends, or the people we already know and want to debate with. Alternatively, we can directly enter the arena from here. Welcome to the debate room. It displays the topic at the top. I have joined this chat room as a defender because I selected to be a defender while filling out the form. So, I am always going to be the defender here. As you can see, there are two chambers. I am already in the defender chamber, and there is no one in the challenger chamber yet. We are waiting for a challenger to join. It could be anyone. So, once we have joined, we wait for the challenger. Now, I will enter the arena from a different login ID. Since this account did not create the chat room, I automatically enter as a spectator. However, if I like the debate and think the topic is relevant to me, I can choose to participate. I am going to choose one of these two roles, and I will join as either a challenger or a defender. I will be transferred to the respective room based on the option I choose. Once I am in a room, I will be allowed to speak up when it is my turn. Let's select challenger just to show you. You can see that my new login ID, my avatar, and my current name are now displayed over here in the challenger suite. The AI also announces that I will speak for the challengers. Now, I am going to allow the defender to speak first. As a defender, I am going to type this message. The defender is always going to be on the left-hand side, so my messages appear on the left. So, I have sent this now. Now we wait for the defender to respond. As the defender, she is going to reply with something like this. She is responding to the challenger's argument. Let's switch to a spectator's view. If I join this arena and I am just a spectator, I might not want to intervene in the ongoing debate. So, I am just going to watch it unfold over here. I can support the defender by clicking here if I agree with her stance. I can also like specific statements from a challenger or defender. or I can leave a comment on a specific argument. For example, I can type a comment like this. This comment will stay there for other people to read and engage with. Additionally, you can use the built-in translator to select from many different languages. Now we are going to go back. This was a demonstration of Mode 1, the solo AI-controlled arena. Now, we are going to create a demonstration of Mode 2. I am going to enter a new topic. For the control system, I will select AI control. For the combat format, I am going to choose grouped. Here, I can choose to enter a couple of my friends' email IDs. If I do that, I will be bringing my own exclusive squad to the debate. No one else can join that debate. Only my invited people can join as a challenger or defender, depending on what I assign. However, for now, I am going to leave these two options empty. This allows anyone to join my squad. Since this is a group debate, multiple people from both sides will be able to send messages, make arguments, and present their points. For my role, I am going to choose the challenger stance. I will leave the privacy setting as public. My topic asks if space exploration is a waste of resources on a dying Earth. Since I am the challenger, I am taking the pro stance. I am going to say, yes, space exploration is a waste of money. Now, I will click on Generate Conflict Link. It has generated the link. I can copy it to share with my network, or I can directly enter the arena from here. Since I created this as a challenger in a group debate, my role is fixed. I can join as a challenger, but not as a defender. So, I am going to enter the room as a challenger. The AI announces that I have joined the challenger squad. As you can see, there is currently one person in the challenger room, and the defender's room is empty. Now, let's enter the arena from another account. This new login ID is not the host of this arena. Because I did not create this chat room, I was not forced to pick a stance in the beginning. I can choose either side. So, I am going to choose to join as a challenger again. As you can see, there are now 2 people on the challenger side. We have formed a squad of 2 people. If I enter from yet another different login ID, I can join as a defender. Remember, the challenger's side is always on the right, and the defender's side is always on the left. Now, as a defender, you can see Osman Blue is here. Osman Blue submits this as an argument. You also have the option to record an audio message and send it instead of typing. But right now, I am not going to do that. Now, we are going to demonstrate the third mode of debate, host control solo. I have entered a new topic. I am going to change the control system to host control, meaning myself. Then, I am going to choose the solo combat format. I will be the challenger, and I am going to set the platform to public. The topic is, should social media be banned for everyone under the age of 16? Since I am the challenger, my stance is, yes, social media should be banned. I am going to generate the conflict link and directly enter the arena. I am the host. and I am the challenger. Notice this host control room panel. I can pause the debate or resume the debate anytime I want. I can also end the debate. If you are the host, you will see this control room where you have the power to decide the ultimate fate of the session. Since nobody has joined yet, the waiting room is empty. I am already in the fighting room, waiting for an opponent. Let's join from another ID. I enter the arena as a spectator. I cannot choose to be a challenger because the host is the challenger. And in solo mode, there can only be one challenger. So, I can only choose to be a defender. Because the waiting room was empty, I am placed immediately into the fighting room. Now, what happens if the fighting room is full, and I try to log in from a third account? Let's see. From this third ID, I again cannot choose challenger. If I select defender, the system tells me the fighting room is already full. It says I have to be in the waiting room. Okay, so I am in the waiting room now. I am waiting for the current defender to leave the fighting room. Once they leave or get removed, I will automatically be upgraded to the fighting room. Let's start the combat. As the challenger, my first argument will be this. The defender, Osman Blue, is going to defend herself like this. As you can see, since my third ID is in the waiting room, I cannot type. Even if I am a spectator, I cannot type. The typing area is completely blocked for me. I can only type if the current defender leaves, and I am automatically upgraded to the fighting room. Now, let's go ahead and create another debate. This is the last demonstration for the House of Beta. I have entered the topic. I am going to choose the fourth mode, host control. I am going to be the controller of the debate. I will choose grouped, because in the last session, we already covered the solo mode. You can put in your friends' email IDs to bring your squad. If you have entered their email IDs, when they log in, they will automatically be placed in the fighting room. I am going to choose the challenger role and set it to public. My stance is yes. Human mortality is going to destroy society. I am going to generate the link. I can copy the link to share with my network, or I can directly enter the arena. Once inside, I have access to the control room. Initially, I join as a spectator. I can then join as a challenger. I can only join as a challenger, not as a defender, because I selected that role when creating the link. My first argument will be this. As you can see in group debates, multiple people can speak from the same side. You can support one another. Now, I'd like to go back to the arena page. You can always return to the arena from here. If you go to the notifications section, you can see the messages and alerts you received while chatting. It shows how many arenas you have created. You can always jump back into those chat rooms directly from here. We have now seen everything about the House of Beta.